Patreon member shout out. Please understand I have to leave and carry on my own life. I don't belong here, we gotta move on, dear. Escape from this afterlife, 'cause it's time I'm right to move on and on, far away from here. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. This is going to be my best and worst case scenarios for OMI. And everyone say, where's Dashy? Where's Dashy? And comment down below if you like Event Sevenfold. Now that's out of the way. Pretty clear that we're going into a recession. Pretty clear that this happens every so often. You know, Fed starts to increase interest rates, and people, they tighten their comic books. Not their comic books. They tighten their purses, but they no longer buy comic books, or they buy a lot less of them. They no longer go on vacation. They hodl, they save, which again, saving is good, but if you're not spending, doesn't really help out the economy. It doesn't really help out NFTs. NFTs have dropped like a mother flapper. You know, Forbes had made an article the other day, a little bit of a misleading title, saying Veve's down 99%. Obviously, that was just talking to the amount of new accounts that were created every day at some point, down to the new accounts that are created right now. Now, let's say because of the recession, Veve has no new users. It's only the users that are here that are just going to keep buying what they were buying, or it evens out. There's new users, but the old users, maybe they're buying a little less because, again, recession's happening. But let's say, for all intents and purposes, that the amount of money that's spent is relatively the same over the next year. And we go on and we say, okay, well, that doesn't mean that we're going to get less drops. We are going to be getting more drops. So if you have the same amount of users that, again, we purchase every single drop sells out. Most of them sell out like this. Some of them take a little while longer, but they all do sell out. You know, like today we had that first appearance Flash statue, you know, racing against Superman, burned 500 million OMI. So if we stay at these prices, or even if we go lower, you know, I mean, if Bitcoin goes down 20K, we might go down to 0.001, we might go down to 3 zeros, I don't know. But for the course of the year, 52 weeks, in fact, let's shorten it to 50 weeks, just to make the math a little bit easier. We're burning on average 1 billion OMI per week. And if we do that consistently for the next 52 weeks, and at some point, again, let's say worst case scenario, let's say we don't have any burns from the circulating supply for the next 7 months, and we only have it for the next four months next year. Okay, well, if we're burning from the circulating supply and the price, let's say, doesn't move, then you're burning about 20 billion OMI from that circulating supply, taking us down from about 312 billion to about 292 billion. Not that crazy, but best case scenario is if, again, recessions might last a couple of years, but let's say best case scenario, we get OMI to NFT in third quarter, right? And in the third quarter, we go and we start burning that billion OMI a week from the circulating supply. And this is just a version of the best case because we're keeping the amount of users the same. And we have Q3, Q4, and Q1 of next year. So you're looking at about 36 weeks. If we can do that, that's about 36 billion OMI that's being burned. And again, we go down to about 270-ish from where we are right now, about 274, give or take. Now let's add us doubling. Let's add us doubling the amount of users that we have, which is not too much. That'd put us, you know, a bit over 1 million, maybe between 1.2 and 1.5 million users. And, well, okay, so instead of burning 36 billion, well, we would burn about 72 billion. Again, that's if the price stays here. If the price goes down and we go to get cut in half to 0.001, we would burn over 140 billion OMI over the course of those 3 quarters, Q3, Q4, and Q1, just taking us to, you know, April of next year. That is one of the most bullish things that I've ever heard, because the circulating supply gets almost cut in half. We go to less than 200 billion. Okay, well then what's the market cap for OMI if we're at 0.001, or let's say at the end of it, it goes back up to 0.002. Okay, we have at that point be 180 billion OMI in the circulating supply, and you have to take the amount that we would be at, 0.002, and we would be at a $360 million market cap. That is ridiculous. That is us saying like, yeah, someone with $500 million can just go buy up everything, and that's at this rate. So what do I think we would be by next year? Again, still most likely in a bear market. I don't think the amount that we would be at is $360 million. I think at that point, again, as we get up to OMI to NFT, this is major OMI to, and again, that's barely including like land sales. This is not including land sales. This is not including us, going to doubling the amount of drops that we have. If you do that, God, we'd burn over 200 billion. If we double the amount of drops that we have, we go to 200. We burn over 200 billion. We would have less than 100 billion circulating supply. So let's just say 100 billion circulating supply. It's a $200 million market cap at 0.002. That is literally nothing. This, again, that would be great if we were to do that, because then in 2024, Bitcoin halving, as we decide to go back up, what are we properly going to be at? I'd say when we're in a bull market, 10 billion is probably fairly easy to do. I mean, at that point, how do you get to a $10 billion market cap with only 100 million in the circulating supply? We'd be at 10 cents, which is not that bad. It is not that hard to do. And again, in that Bitcoin halving, in that bull market, by 2020, mid 2024, I think it would be very easy to go and get to about 30 cents, 50 cents. Why? Because then this is better than She. This is better than Doge. It's the only crypto that's associated with Disney. Only crypto that's associated with Marvel. DC, you have a couple of them. You have Immutable X. You have anything that's on Immutable X can be used to purchase Disney NFTs. Via Hero, those HRO cards. So, but again, this is kind of the best case scenario involves a lot of short-term pain, and again, this is just a quick playing with the numbers here. A worst case scenario. The worst case scenario, the project dies, but obviously that's next to impossible. The theses of this, of this company hasn't changed. The thesis of this company has remained the same, and it has only gotten better. And again, I only decided to go and use a couple of examples. If we decide to go and say, okay, same price, but we double our users and we double the amount of drops, we burn 4 billion a week for OMI. And let's say that happens, just in the first quarter of next year, and this is without land sales. First quarter of next year, 4 billion a week, times those 12 weeks, that's 48 billion just in the first quarter. If we stay down here, we get cut in half, that's 96 billion that's burned just in that first quarter of next year. Again, that is without land sales, not including all the stuff that's going to happen this year. This is going to be great. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say, where's Ashy? I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.